Hola, ¿cómo estás? It's me, Rashida Makeda. Thank you once again for tuning in to Just Not in the Mood. Today, we're going to talk about something that I'm very in the mood for. Not like that. Don't be nasty. I am very much in the mood to talk about my happy marriage. Before all that, I want you guys to know something about me, and I have been hiding it for a little while. I love anime. I know, guys, I know. Nothing wrong with liking anime. I just want you guys to know that. Be who you are, okay? How did I get into anime? It started off on a long night in what I was like 2007, something like that. I was introduced to one of the animes, like the classics, one of the classics, you know? It's called Sailor Moon. Whoa! Sailor Moon was so groundbreaking for me. It just opened up a totally different world. I didn't even know that this is how stories could be told like this. Like, of course, I've watched cartoons and things like that before, but Sailor Moon specifically, I don't know. I just love the story. Now, there was some storylines in there that's a little like, whoa, it's a little weird. But for the main storyline, with the main story plot, like, I loved it. I loved the fact that, like, it's all about, like, you know, celestial bodies. Each Sailor Scout has a specific planet, all the things. Sailor Moon specifically, she, you know, the moon. You know what I'm saying? But I just loved how pretty everything was and how aesthetically pleasing everything was, and it was actually very funny as well. Minnie Moon came in there. As a child, though, when I was watching it, it was definitely the dubbed version, and I know some people, hey, they like to tussle about that. It was sub versus dub. I don't care now. I love sub. Just say you can't read. I find with sub, you get to see how it's originally intended and how it's originally intended to flow and everything like that. And I also found out that, like, when you were watching the dub version of Sailor Moon, they changed the names and everything, and I was like, what? So I'm over here thinking Sailor Moon's name is Serena and Tuxedo Mask's name is Darian. Who are these people? Who is that?
What the hell is even that?
That is not his name. Mamoru Kaiba, that's his name, okay? That is who he is. I just love seeing anime in its original form. So, sub all the way. And y'all can hate me for that. I don't really care, because I'm not in the mood for it. I'm not in the mood for it, okay? I really loved watching Sailor Moon, and then my brothers really were into Dragon Ball Z at the time, Pokemon, things like that. So we've been in this anime game for a while, and I was like, okay, what are some other ones that I can really jump into? Then I got into One Piece. Oh my god. Wait, I need my hat. Where's my Luffy hat? Ah! Okay, yes. And then I got into One Piece, really love One Piece. As you can see, I really love Luffy. I actually dressed up as Luffy for Halloween one day. Insert picture here. I'm still watching One Piece because, you know, who is done watching One Piece? From One Piece, I was like, okay, what else can I look at? Going through Crunchyroll, you know, scrolling. And then I was like, I don't see any romance ones that I really want to get into right now. Not gonna watch Death Note. That was scary. Not doing that. Then I was looking on Netflix and I'm like, My Happy Marriage. What is that? If you're really trying to get into anime, definitely go ahead and check out Sailor Moon first. If you're into, like, romance and, of course, supernatural, it'll get you hooked for sure. But let's get into My Happy Marriage real quick. Premiered on Netflix about a year ago now. I didn't know that it was a manga. Well, it started off as a manga first, and then it had a Japanese movie, live action of it, and then boom, here comes the Netflix series. They just recently started translating the manga into English. Thank you, because unfortunately I do not speak Japanese, can't read it either, and that's my fault, honestly. I should have been learning. Let's talk about that first season real quick. If you haven't seen it, talk about Mio, who is the main character. It's kind of like a Cinderella, rags to riches kind of story, even though it's not really rags to riches because she was a part of the aristocracy, right? She was in a family that was rich. They didn't treat her like that. They treated her like she was Cinderella, like she was dirt, and it's very disrespectful. Then they're like, well, we want to get rid of you, so we're gonna marry you off to Lord Kudo. Lord Kudo is apparently a man who, he hates all of his fiancés. All of his fiancés have run away or gone back to his family. They don't like him. Apparently he's a cold-hearted person, all these things. Then she goes over there and she's like, I'm scared. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Then he ends up liking her. And it's that trope of, I hate everyone else, but I like you. When is it my turn?
What?
It's Grumpy Sunshine.
Oh.
The trope is called Grumpy Sunshine. When is it my turn to have that in real life? We're not gonna get on that. You're not gonna get on that. Look, I'm trying to be better, guys. Therapy works. So Grumpy Sunshine, right? He loves her and is trying to become a real family and everything. Hates everybody else. But you know what even makes this even more amazing? Also supernatural. Oh my god. They have powers, guys. Because if it wasn't even great already, now it's even better. Because they have powers. I absolutely love season 1. What I truly loved about this anime, and which I think make it a little bit different, is that it's set in a different time where the Japanese culture is being very much influenced by Western culture. I want to say the 40s. I could be wrong. Please fact check me. But they're transitioning from wearing their traditional clothes to their more westernized clothes, right? And you can kind of see how Mio is still into more of the traditional culture and Lord Kudo is more into more westernized culture when he's at work and things like that. But when he's at home, it's very different. It's still more of the traditional culture. Haven't really watched a lot of animes that are more into like historical fiction, and I love how it takes historical fiction, also supernatural, and mix it together. It follows so much of the manga. After reading the translated version of the mangas, you can definitely see that, oh yeah, they just basically copied and paste type of thing. As a person who's an avid reader, these visualizations when you're reading it, we love to see that it just literally took my brain picture and put it on the screen. If you are into reading manga, definitely read the manga, definitely go watch it right after that. I personally would read the manga first and watch it. Now, they just released season 2. After watching it, they haven't released all of the manga, so I don't really know what season 2 is supposed to be like because we haven't read it yet. But I can just tell you right now, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. So from season 1 to season 2, what is the big differences of major changes? We see how Mio has taken on the idea of, I'm going to try to become a better fiance, a better wife, so I'm going to try to better myself and also not put Lord Kudo in a situation where he's like have to stand up for me all the time. So he's finally standing up, guys. Do your thing, girl. One of the things that I love about the anime genre specifically is how they don't rush too much when it comes to character development and character arcs. See, with One Piece, it's taken them how long to try to find the One Piece? We still haven't found the One Piece. Their character arcs take a long time and the development is there. And unfortunately, a lot of times in Western media, character development happens like overnight. You don't want to see that. But between season 1 and season 2, you can see the development when it comes to Mio's mental health, Mio's overall appearance, and how that's changed from her being in Lord Kudo's household now. Just how we see that Lord Kudo is like, this is my girl, and we're gonna stand together, and we're gonna get through this. And even more supernatural stuff that's happening. Mio being able to really dive into her supernatural powers, right? Learning what her abilities are and how she is able to harness them and actually help other people, because you have supernatural powers, but that doesn't mean that you are going to be a hero. And I want to ask this to my producer. If you had supernatural powers, would you be a villain or a hero? Be for real.
Anti-hero.
Anti-hero? So she's a villain.
Who said that?
No, it's okay. Anti-heroes are very real. If I'm thinking of myself, like if I was in Gotham, I'd be a villain. I would. I'd be a villain. Be a villain if I had powers, yeah.
The first time Batman would appear, she'd be like, oh my god.
No, first of all, if Batman appeared, I would probably just be, trying to steal bread to feed my family, and he'd break my limbs. He would literally, I'd be jaywalking, and he would kill me. But if I had superpowers, I would be like, man, Batman, you ain't nothing, bro.
You'd be scared.
You ain't nothing. I'd be with the Joker and the Riddler. Not the Diddler, the Riddler. We see why Mio, how she's able to develop her superpowers, and really she's not like destroying people. She's trying to help people, but also help herself, because when she learns more about herself and her power, she's able to become stronger. They also have the manga, and then they have the light novel, right? The light novel doesn't have like all the pictures and stuff, so you can be able to just read, go through it. I don't really know which one I prefer. I like reading the light novel, I guess, just because it's more of a traditional book and I'm like able to go through it. Reading manga is different from reading a regular book, as you guys know. Like, you have to read it from left to right, they're more from right to left, so it's a little different. But yeah, guys, please go check it out. It is a great show, and it's one of those that's something that you don't have to really sit there and try to analyze everything that's happening. It's very straightforward. It's one of those that I could go back and rewatch. It has a lot of rewatch value. I think I've watched season 1 at least twice all the way through. At least 5 of the mangas out now, so go ahead to your nearest Barnes & Noble or Amazon, however you, I don't know, wherever you guys buy your books, okay? Please go ahead and check out the rest of our social media. Thank you guys so much for watching, for being a part of this journey with us as we grow the channel. And this is Rashida Makeda. I'll see you guys next time.